Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to do that thing we do semi-regularly. We need to look at the best Pokemon TCG products that are available right now. And the good news is, for a little while when I've been doing this series, I've been having to tell you about a lot of products which are going to be available soon, but they've still been the recommendation. Now a lot of those are finally coming out, and that is lovely. So let's start off, as we always do, with what you should get for collectors. If you want to build yourself a cool Pokemon TCG collection, if you want the awesome stuff, what should you do? The Pokemon TCG Classic. And this one's kind of an easy one for me, because this is about the coolest, most premium product Pokemon have ever made. It is phenomenal. You get yourself a case that folds out into a playmat. You get free decks based around the first part of the Pokemon from Gen 1. Deck boxes, stackable damage counters. It's really a very, very cool product. Yes, it is £400 in the UK, $400 in the US. No, it is not even remotely cheap. But remember, this part of the video is for collectors. If you want to build yourself a fancy collection, this is the best you can do. Now, I will say it sold out basically instantly on the Pokemon Center when it went up, but local game stores and other places are getting stock of this. I've seen some big box stores in the US put pre-orders up as well, so you've not missed your chance. Now, this is one of those ones you might have to search around a bit for. Like I say, local game stores, if you've got a friendly one that you use regularly, that's probably the play. But it is out there. It is available in some places. So what I can tell you is, if you are a serious collector, this is what you want to go for, and it is worth the hunt. Outside of that, what is launching this weekend is the Mew Ultra Premium Collection. It is about $120, so much more reasonable, but still very much a premium product. And you get yourself a whole bunch of cool stuff in there, including a lovely Stitched Edge playmat, and free promos including your Special Illustration Rare Mew, your Illustration Rare Mewtwo, and your Metal Mew EX. It's not a regular gold card, it is a metal card. If you are a collector, these are the two products right now you should be going for. Now, in terms of learning to play, something that has just launched, which is the best thing they've ever done for teaching, especially kids and younger fans, and learn how to play, My First Battle. There's two versions. One has got Squirtle and Charmander, one's got Bulbasaur and Pikachu. They're like $10 each, and together they give you 4 decks. They are 17 card decks, not 60. They've got prize tokens, not prize cards, and they are very much designed as a super simple way to learn the game. If you want to learn to play the game in the easiest, simplest way possible, this is it. If you want to take it up a level, we've got the Battle Academy. Now, this gives you 3 decks. There are 2 versions of this. The more recent one has got Scorbunny and Pikachu on the front. It's the one on the screen. This is the one you should probably go for. The older version with Charizard is still cool and does largely the same thing, and you might find it on offer, to be fair. And this is basically the Pokemon trading card game reimagined as a board game. It is a case of 3 decks that don't hit for weakness, so and I've not played a bunch of it myself, but I've talked to a bunch of people that have. Apparently, they are largely quite balanced. I've got friends that I've suggested buy it to learn to play with their families, etc., and they've spoken very, very highly of it. And it's just a great way to have 3 pre-made decks ready to go in something that feels kind of like a board game, although it is still very much the Pokemon TCG. If you want to actually take that then a little bit further and start expanding, EX decks. They are basically designed as standalone decks. And they're not necessarily supposed to be hyper competitive or anything like that, but in terms of level, they fit in nicely with the Battle Academy. And for newer players, people who are learning, buying individual packs and making your own decks is quite intimidating. Buying EX decks and just building out the number of decks you've got works very nicely indeed. Learning to play, it's never been easier. Now, if you want to learn to play competitively, the Miraidon League Battle Deck. It's coming out soon. This is the one. This is a very good deck. Miraidon is seeing a bunch of play at the moment. It's seeing a bit of success here and there. It is a good deck to learn to play competitively. And yes, I know when you go to tournaments, the Regieleki V Max version, that's the version you're getting here, is not necessarily the best version of it. You change a few cards and then boom, you've got the kind of deck that can top cut regionals and, get second place in Pittsburgh, for instance. This deck is not far away from that deck. And that's kind of my point here. Pokemon are doing this, where they're just releasing these league battle decks, which are literally just a case of, here is a tournament level deck for like $30. It's absurd. But I love that they're doing it. Outside of the Miraidon, Mew is the next best one. That is also a very playable deck, still seeing a bunch of player success, and also the Palkia one's pretty good as well. These are free decks that are actually good and playable and still relevant in today's metagame. There are other League Battle decks which are great to learn to play the game competitively, and, actually, Rapid Strike, it's a different kind of deck, but I will say the Rapid Strike Urshifu, that deck has made a bit of a resurgence. The one that you get in the League Battle deck is a bit different to the one you're actually going to see in tournaments, but it still gives you a bunch of the staples, so that one's actually come back a bit to relevance. But my point is, these are products where you can get a competitive level deck and then start learning to play competitive level decks straight away. They are brilliant. Now, if you're buying presents for an already competitive player, and if you're watching this as a competitive player, hi, hope you did well in your last tournament, you know what you want at this stage. But I know a lot of people tell me, my son, my friend, whatever, they're big Pokémon TCG fans, they play the game, what should I buy them? And my advice is either singles, literally just ask them what cards they want for their decks and buy those, or anything with packs in. Obviously, at the higher end, you've got booster boxes. That's a box of 36 cards, they're quite expensive, but, they are out there. As a side note, Obsidian Flames is the most recent set, and Paradox Rift is the next one coming out. It's going to be coming out next month, early November. But any product that's got packs in will be good, because you can open packs and maybe get some fun stuff. Don't buy pre-constructed decks for serious players unless they've said that this is the kind of thing they're after. So things like the EX decks and the League Battle decks, yes, I've suggested them for certain types of fans. They are really good products. They are not for serious competitive players who probably have all of the cards they want from those decks. Anyway, there we go. Now, in terms of presents for kids, there is something coming out which I think is absolutely spot on. It's not quite out yet. It's coming out quite soon. It is the new collector's chest, and it's got Charizard on the front. And that's one of the reasons it's so gosh darn good. Kids love Charizard. This has got Charizard on the front. It has got promos of Meowscarada, Skeledirge, and Quaquavel, although we've not seen those promos yet. You also get yourself a Charizard coin and a little mini portfolio, 1 card per page, with Charizard on the front. Kids love these products because they literally get a lunchbox they can take to school. And I know this because my kids steal the lunchbox every time I buy one. And you get your guaranteed shiny promo cards. You get some packs to open. There's stickers and little portfolio in which to put your cards. Just really, really fun. Love this. Big fan. Outside of that, 151 has just come out, and there are a couple of products which I would recommend for kids in them. If you're looking for around the $20 mark, we've got the new EX decks featuring Zapdos and Alakazam. You get a bunch of packs, well, 4 I think, and then you get yourself your guaranteed Pokemon EX, which is always nice. And then you got your mini tins, which are like $10, 2 packs. Always quite good as a budget option if you're buying presents for kids. And I like to finish off with a Wassy pick, and I'm going to finish off with something quite simple today. Trick or Trade. I think these are brilliant. We are heading into spooky season. It's going to be Halloween soon. Trick or Trade, they're just brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. They are a bag where you get a bunch of free card packs, and this year's version you get 50 free card packs. And if you open like half of them, you're going to complete the set. And I know because I bought this and I opened like half of them and I completed the set. And then you're going to have a bunch left over. And then when people come and knock on your door for Halloween, you can give them Pokemon cards. And sure, you can give them sweets as well if you like. Candy if you're American. But honestly, I just think these are brilliant. I think the cards are cool, and the fact they've got the Halloween stamp on is lovely. I think it's nice to open a bunch of packs in quick succession, knowing you're going to hit the complete set. That's a lot of fun for me. I did a whole video about it. It was awesome. But I also think it's fun to have a bunch of packs lying around that aren't really worth anything that you can give out to kids at Halloween. I found out a parent at my kid's school, their kid was getting into Pokemon cards. So I put together a little care package of bulky X's and holos that I was never going to do anything with. And I chucked like 4 packs of last year's Trick or Trade and 4 packs of this year's Trick or Trade in as well. Just because I've got a bunch of packs lying around and I've completed both of those sets. They were delighted. And I don't get any trick-or-treaters at my house, but I do go trick-or-treating with my kids, and I'm going to carry around a bunch of trick-or-trade packs. And when I see other kids trick-or-treating, I'm going to offer them some packs. And it's going to be brilliant. And I'm going to run around on Halloween giving out Pokemon cards, and it's going to be awesome. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of what kind of Pokemon fan you are or what kind of Pokemon fan you might be buying for, hopefully that's now given you your answer. And if it hasn't, tell me what kind of Pokemon fan you are or are buying for in the comment section. And maybe next time we do this, we'll add a new category. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know if you've got any recommendations different from mine. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. Tell me what your favourite products are. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at Lawasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Austin Montville, who's been a supporter of ours for a little while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.